right. They know it's going to him, yet they still can't stop it. That tells you when you're a dominant player.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now.
It's going to him, yet they still.
This to make it a 3-score game late. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that not just important in the fact that it widens
to the second, and finally points were registered.
On the other side,
they scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Point after, right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. Perfect game in baseball. That's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. Defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Point after, they score. Right kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. Perfect game in baseball.
Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
The kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration
got the
show ball back going through right now. This is going to be a roughing call.
I think you're right. Could not imagine
perfect game.
Imagine a worse
game in baseball.
Start with that secondary. Face it.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. He connected on his first. This from 41. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalled.
Imagine a worse
game in baseball.
Start with that secondary.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. Anders, and it's for 41.
When you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're
in the end, the offense stalled. Perfect game.
Start with that secondary.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow.
Imagine a worse.
On comes game in base. Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. Anders, and it's first. The halftime, it's 3-0. So they're able to end that horizon. They'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Santos' kick is up and through, and they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room. And it's up and good to make the score 13-3. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the last play on the drive, the total 6-3. Rise at 3. They'll be out of time. Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room. Point Cameron Dicker. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. On the board, they'll be out of time. Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room. 6-3. Horizon 3. And that is going to tie our
tacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes the score 14-7. At least they won't take that goose egg in at the locker room. 6-3, they'll be out. Horizon
to the line of scrimmage. Not easy for a rookie to do. Shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on it. They won't take that goose. Horizon.
That's the exclamation point. Now flip it over defensively.
It's up. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14.
Shrinking the playbook a little bit. They
7.
Has has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was the super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook? First play will be a field goal try. From the left hash, this from 46. York able to send this one through, and the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. A lot of energy in this building.
Succeeding them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Koo knocks this one through the post, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. Younghoe Koo, all eyes fixated on the kicker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And the Falcons are going to win the game. Well, partner, you and I were excited for this one today, and it certainly had its moments. Some good execution at times by both of these offenses. Defenses both made some plays as well. And always a joy to be up here in the booth next to you, my friend.
Yeah.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And this is up and good. This gives him the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really be demoralizing.
So a conservative decision there, but it does put him on the board.
And I know the players hate it.
On here, Brandon McMahon
went away.
Extra point by Gay is up.
You've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you?
5 seconds left, and a field goal would send us to overtime. And his kick is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick
went away. Great for us. A lot of tension on the field, very tough. Not a surprise it ended with a passing touchdown. That's the way we play that.
Butker is on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So the defense creating.
Great for us. A lot of tension on the field, very tough. Not a surprise it ended with a passing touchdown.
The clock.
Harrison Butker for the Chiefs field goal. A 48-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. I tell you, the life.
Very tough. Not a surprise it ended with a passing touchdown.
Harrison Butker for the Chiefs field goal. A 48-yard attempt.
They'll tend to run a play or two, take care of the football, and then kick it on third down.
Kick good. And that will tie the clock. This game here in the final minute of play. I tell you, the life.
Not a surprise it ended with a passing touchdown.
Harrison Butker for the Chiefs field goal. A 48-yard attempt.
To run a very tough play or two, take care of the football, and then kick it on third down.
Kick here. The clock. This game yards. And the Dolphins will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point up and good by Sanders.
Chiefs field goal. A 48-yard
Well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
34-yard attempt.
Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like this.
Biggest kick of the game forthcoming. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they get themselves a good. The Dolphins will
Complete the play.
their 2-score lead.
You'd like this.
They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 50. Biggest kick on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Maybe a moral victory of sorts. They're on the board here.
Complete the play.
There, Charles. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball. 8-yard attempt. And this is good from 50. Biggest kick on the board, but still trailing. It's a two-score lead. Maybe a moral victory of sorts. They're on the board here.
Complete the pull, Charles.
And this one's right through the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Myers' kick is good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
Myers' kick is good, and it's now 13-8.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3. Kevin McPherson now for the PAT.
And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. Myers' kick is good, and it's now 13. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's certainly they will take the 3 to cut this PAT. Have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did.
Overtime, and Charles, the end result is they're going to be set up in field goal range with a chance now to win it.
Absolutely, and all you're thinking right now as a field goal kicker is, go ahead and put me in, coach. I want to finish this off, and we can all go home with a victory. Safeties, we have an extra big DB out there. They just want to take away the quarterbacks, but I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
The kick by Bass is good.
And the Bills' opening drive yields 3. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground.
Shot, he took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Sanders' kick is good. And the Dolphins have tied things up here in the 4th. This hasn't exactly been a battle of one touchdown after the
really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive.
Critical extra point. He's got it. No problems there. The extra point up and good, and we are headed to after the 5 years.
It's been a tough battle. They're down.
And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. And it'll be a good time in South Beach tonight. The Dolphins have won the game. Extra point. No problems there. The extra point up and good, and we are headed to.
It's been a tough battle. They're down.
And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. And it'll be a good time in South after the beach to this one through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute.
So he waited on the...
Recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it, changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rare.
Good, taking the lead in the final minute.
So he waited on the...
Up and
possession, but 2, being able to punt it, changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place